Hi, this is Asim.
This is Sujoy.
This is Amrita.
And you're listening to Khandaan, a Bollywood podcast about the three main Khans of the Hindi film industry.
Amir,
Salman,
And Shara.
Hi, you're listening to Khandaan, a Bollywood podcast regular feed. Thank you so much for your support over the years. We now have a Patreon channel with bonus content and exclusive merch for those of you who would like to support us. Every dollar goes towards creating more and better content. Visit us at patreon.com/Khandaan podcast.
Hi and welcome to a new episode of Khandaan Podcast. My name is Asim Bernie and I'm joined with my lovely co-host Amrita. Hey Amrita.
Hi, Asim.
And still joining us, our top friend Yamini. Hi Yamini.
Hello again, Yamini.
I think we roped in Yamini, so we thought let's do another episode. Let's keep talking about it. I don't think we have a main review, but there were a lot, like in the last few weeks, there's been a lot of like news stories and trailers and things like that dropped. So we wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit and just kind of, Bollywood out about them. The first thing I'm excited to talk about is Archie's that dropped. And I wanted to kind of hear your thoughts about it. I have to say, I was a huge Archie's fan, comic fan, and thing like that. I've been really looking forward to this movie. I've been really looking forward to Zoya Akhtar's next thing. Whatever she does, I'm in. And they had like a little teaser a year ago. It's been a while. And now, for the first time, we're seeing actual footage of the movie and kind of the setting and the world that she's built up. Yamini, did you read Archie's? Is that a vibe of yours?
Yeah. Oh, I loved Archie's. I love Archie's. Because it used to be like all these secondhand bookstores that my mom used to take me when I was a kid, all had like Archie's. Because, my parents are big readers. Very my parents are a little bit like, TV, what's the need for TV at home? Like, we have books, no? So we all used to read a lot, and Archie comics, I absolutely loved. Like, it was a vibe. Like, even Sugar by the Archies is still on my playlist. It's one I absolutely love Archie. And I trust Zoya. Like, in Zoya we trust.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. But are you, Amrita, you're an Archie's fan?
Yeah. I grew up reading it, same as Yamini. But I'm really looking forward to this. Like, I have no idea what to expect. But I do know that Zoya's gonna give me something to look at, something to think about, and that however bad it might be, it's never going to be like so terrible that it's unwatchable,
Yeah. And we're coming fresh off Adipurush, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
it's never going to be that bad, And I really like, just the production level that she's put into just this teaser. It's beautiful. I'm loving Suhana dance. Like, it's such, it makes me so happy, just to see her have fun and dance. Because, her launch has not been easy. Like, remember, all of the negativity she had for her first, was it Vogue cover or one, she's been through a lot of things already, and the poor girl hasn't even started. And I think the normal discourse is starting again. Like, how is this relatable? Has the first question been, The second one is like Nepo, Nepo, Nepo. That's the only thing that Alia meme that, she got famous for. And it made me kind of think about something, the nepotism debate. We've had it tons of times. We've talked about it, this and that. But on the other hand, I was thinking, Shah Rukh. Obviously, we have a special connect with Shah Rukh. We all love him like crazy. But the thing is, this man, since he started his career, has treated every older woman like his mom. Can we not give grace to his daughter then? Just chill the hell out for 5 minutes, Isn't that just fair, like he's literally, before he had kids, this is not some strategy he had like, oh, when I launch my children in 30 years, then, he's always been so respectful to every mom around. Can you not be like graceful for his daughter? I just do not understand it, like, don't love it, don't support it or whatever. But there's like literally people, when I tweeted about it, is like, what's there to look forward to? This is just nepo nonsense. And I was like, how do you think about it? I can't kind of get into that.
I think people have just gotten into this point where they just like talk themselves into indefensible corners for clout. To the point of just sounding as if they find no joy in anything. Because there is a lot of non-Nepo content out there. It's not like we are living in the golden age of content, in that if we just like look at quantity, there is quantity of content. Like, content is coming out of our ears. There's like multiple platforms. It employs people who have like nothing to do with the industry. Where are you watching at? Like, who is watching any of that stuff? So if you have a problem with nepotism, then maybe throw your weight towards the people who are not, products of nepotism, and then like watch it. The funniest thing is also like, this is how illiterate people are when they're talking about stuff, because people are just like, I don't understand why Zoya Akhtar has to work with these nepo babies. And I'm like, who do you think Zoya Akhtar is? Like,
this has the same energy, when like RRR is coming out, like, oh, how can Rajamouli work with like Nepo Alia? And I'm like, bro, first of all, do you know who Rajamouli is? Number one. Number two, do you know who Junior NTR and Ram Charan are? Like,
it's
same
in his
energy
name, Junior NTR. Like, it is literally in his name.
Yeah.
And also, like, the thing is, Zoya, one thing I love about Zoya is that she obviously has proved herself to be not just a competent filmmaker, but an extremely talented one, right?
One of the best.
One of the best in my, like, the thing is, when you're talking about like spending a lot of money on creating something, right? Like Adipurush, I'm like, I can't see how that 600 crores translates on screen. Every time Zoya makes something, I know exactly where the money went because it translates so well on screen. And I think also because most people give like Zoya and Farhan a pass as well, right? Because they love Javed Akhtar. So they're like, and also because Zoya and Farhan they got the kind of launches for their first film as directors. Like, let's be honest, if you were not an insider into the industry, how could you make a film like Luck by Chance? It's not possible. But we still love Luck by Chance. Like, it's
we do now, right? Like, it took a while for Luck by Chance to kind of
but even then, ever since like whatever Zoya has made, you can see skills and influence translate on screen. Now with the kids, you're like, okay, oh, this is nepotistic and all. I'm like, abhi, I can be annoyed at nepotism, but khatam to nahi hone wala hai. So the best thing we can do is just hope that Zoya knows what to do with these actors so that it doesn't feel like they don't deserve to be on screen or anything.
And this whole like relatability stuff where they're just like, well, these people don't look like they are Indian. And I am like, you spend all your time praising like Telugu cinema where like the heroines don't look like they're from like anywhere on the Indian subcontinent, Like, who was looking at Tamanna in Bahubali and thinking like, oh, there goes like a nice Telugu girl, like who, like, what are you guys talking about when it comes to relatability? Everybody online is basically talking about K3G being like their movie that like, their favorite childhood movie that like taught them what love and family meant. And I'm like, K3G? The movie in which like Shah Rukh's family lives in a palace in London and like,
driving distance from Chandni Chowk.
Driving distance.
That much space exists in Chandni Chowk, Karan Johar has never stepped foot into Chandni Chowk in his life.
And I'm just like, what are you guys even talking about when you talk about like, oh, it should look Indian, it should look relatable? Like, just movies are fantasy, and this is the Archies. which is again like very like nostalgic fantasy for
It
Americans.
wasn't relatable for Americans even, like,
Yeah.
like even in America that didn't exist, it's like a total fantasy, so
So yeah,
One more
it's like asking why like Barbie is not like more relatable to like women in like, I don't know, Poland. Like it makes no sense. What are you talking about?
also one thing that did kind of piss me off is, okay, one, now this Archie's is taking place in the 60s, right? I think 64 or something. And people saw the teaser trailer, whatever, the one that they recently came out with, and they were like, who used to wear clothes like this? Like, how is this relatable? And I'm like, listen, okay, even if say I like, my grandparents didn't wear, we have seen how Saira Banu and all, and like, Asha Parekh and all of them used to dress in films in the 60s. Like, this is literally what they were wearing
Yeah.
in those films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what like fashion became during that time.
Yeah. Sharmila Tagore
Sharmila
recently
Tagore.
watched a movie for the Non-Khan episode. Like, this is what she was wearing in the movies that we saw. But Amrita, your tweet kind of got quite virally, right? That you talked about,
Yeah.
even if you didn't want it. But what was the most bonkers take you saw? Or you just muted and you never look at your replies?
I mean, like there were like people who were saying things like, the first hamburger arrived in India in 1984. Like, how are these people eating hamburgers? I'm just like, bro, like, you need to like take a chill pill. Like, this is not a documentary about life in India in the 1960s. It was just
I
crazy.
genuinely thought that was like a jokey tweet. I didn't know that they meant it. Like when I saw that one. Okay.
There is no such thing as humor on the internet anymore. Like people were just like really committed in the replies. They were just like, like this is wrong. Like we need to have like if Shakespeare is adapted to India and in like Omkara and it is given like an Indian twist, then why can't they do that with the Archies? And I'm like, are you seriously comparing the Archies to Shakespeare? Like to Othello? Like what are you talking about? Yeah, it's just worms and brains.
Yeah. Second teaser that came out, Rocky और रानी की प्रेम कहानी. Karan Johar is actually in town. He's in London. He got some sort of knighthood or stuff like that. That was quite exciting. I don't know what it was. No, it wasn't knighthood. It was like some award from the British Parliament. He was very happy with that. And I think it coincided with the release of Rocky and Rani Ki Prem Kahani teaser. Amrita, what did you think of the teaser?
I'm sold. I'll watch it. I mean, I knew I was going to watch it even before because, like I said, like Karan, with all his faults, he knows how to make a story. Like he knows how to make a film,
Yeah.
And I've gotten to that point in my life where all I want is like competence in a filmmaker.
We're at the bare minimum here.
Yes. Adi Purush has just beaten me down. I do think that Karan and Aditya Chopra and that entire cohort of filmmakers are dealing with an issue that they will have to fix sooner or later, which is that they keep making films that were written with like Shah Rukh, Kajol, Rani in mind.
Yeah.
And they need to somehow write stories for the next generation. Like they cannot keep making these movies and just casting like current or younger actors for stories that were written for a very specific, group of people, because we know beat by beat how those actors would deliver an X performance.
Yeah.
And that is what happened with Kalang, for example, because the whole time you had all these dialogues that these people really couldn't deliver. Like poor Varun who is a very charming presence in whom I usually enjoy, but like he literally could not, carry the burden of those dialogues. And I fear that I don't fear for Ranveer actually, but I do fear for Alia in this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Me is the opposite. I don't see Ranveer as that dharma hero like Shah Rukh, like that kind of thing. Alia, I think I think she looks great, and I think just Karan loves her so much. It's gonna be like a proper role.
But I think Karan's love for Alia has always worked to her detriment, to be honest. Like he's got her opportunities and stuff, like he got her the job in Highway, etc., like all right, but the most blowback that Alia gets is because of her relationship with Karan, because Karan just won't let it drop, and he just like goes overboard in trying to promote her, and people pick up on that, and then people, like all the fandoms, hate Alia for like no reason of her own. Like what has she done? Like she's just basically minded her own business and worked hard, but she gets so much hate because of Karan.
Yeah. And now because of being stuck in an abusive marriage, allegedly. That's the new one, right? Which is another horrible thing. Free Alia movement.
My issue with them is that they behave like Alia has no agency or say. Okay, I have issues with Ranbir as like a human, mostly because like I have like soft spot for Deepika and Katrina, but you're like Alia's not a child. She's a very, very smart person. She knows exactly what she's doing. It's not like it's one of those like, oh, she's like forced into marriage with him. Like I think.
But what did you think of the teaser though, Yami?
I am very same thing. I love to hate Karan, but I also love to love Karan. Like I will watch whatever it is, because it's like Amrita said. Like I know that when I watch a Karan Johar film, I will at least be met with competent filmmaking. It's not whether I have issues with the story, whatever it is. Like at least I know I'll be watching something beautiful. Like I like Ranbir, not Ranbir, Ranbir. I like Ranbir. I like Alia. I am curious as to how their chemistry will be in this, because the last film they did together was Gali Boy, which is a very different setting and different like sort of chemistry as opposed to this one. One thing that I felt, I don't know if you guys thought this as well, because like Alia in those saris, she reminds me a lot of, like, it feels like she was styled looking at like Nayantara from Katvakla Rendu Kadal, the film with Vijay Sethupathi and Samantha. Because I remember someone said, like, one of my friends on Telugu Twitter was like, bro, this is like Nayantara in every movie. And I was like, oh. And I couldn't unsee it then, because it's exactly like how Nayan looks in that film.
I think the reason why I'm scared for Alia is also because Karan's female leads are the opposite of where Alia shines. Like Alia is a very natural actress. She's a very modern actress, which again was like what worked against her in Kalank, according to me, because like she needed to perform at a register that she does not have. And I think that's going to be the same thing in Rocky Aur Rani, where, she needs to be your archetypal
masala heroine.
Yeah.
But she's done this kind of in Humpty Dumpty, right? Like that's
Not
the one,
really.
that's what the pitch is probably, right?
Well, I think it's going to be heightened from like Humpty Dumpty. Like it's not like Humpty Dumpty was still sort of like naturalish.
And also she was much younger then. I feel like she fit into that. I feel like now she is like, you can see the maturity on her face that wasn't there during like Humpty. She was still very like fresh then.
Yeah.
Like very competent as an actress, but like still very like raw and fresh.
I love everything about this teaser. I cannot wait for this movie. I am so excited for a filmmaker to give me exactly what I want from Bollywood, and Karan does it every time. I love him so much as a filmmaker. I see all the faults, I see all the issues, and I see them already now, but I don't care. Like the thing is also like there's the Arijit song at the last moments of the teaser that comes on, and it's just like, man, I missed a good soundtrack. And Karan Johar is going to deliver like a banger soundtrack. Like he accepts nothing less than that. And all of that is what I want. I want color, and like the scale of it. It's insane. I mean, I know people love putting the SLB comparison. I don't feel anything in SLBs except that, wow, that's a lot of money. Here I see shots that are kind of similar, but it's shots with emotion. And I love that. And I just feel he's an amazing filmmaker. And, when he doesn't make films anymore, I think people will then start to like realize what they missed out. I think it's almost the last of the Bollywood filmmakers that we have. And I think we should like appreciate him.
Yeah.
He's
I mean, for all of like Karan's his like upper class hoity-toityness, he is very much a child of Bollywood. Like he is very much someone who loves Bollywood. He's not, I mean, I see him, yeah, okay, like again, obviously privileged, but he is someone who Bollywood connects to him much more, because you have a lot of, like, again, you have like Zoya and Farhan, who are people who are clearly like influenced from Hollywood in a lot of their things. Karan is very much like Yash Chopra
Bollywood,
was
yeah.
my filmmaker. Like that is the person I wanted to emulate, and I have a lot of respect for that, because I feel like he's not trying to change what Bollywood is. He completely 100% is in love with it and wants to make something showing that love.
Yeah. I love it. I'm really looking forward to it. It's coming out next month. I think I'll probably miss it because I might be traveling then, but I'm really, I want to see it as soon as I can. One movie that also has a trailer coming out soon, I think next week even, which I absolutely don't want to watch, but I did want to talk to you guys about quickly. It's Satya Prem Ki Katha.
बातें जो कभी पूरी ना हो, वादे जो अधूरे ना हो, हंसी जो कभी कम ना हो, आंखें जो कभी नम ना हो, और अगर हो तो बस इतना जरूर हो, आंसू उसके हो पर आंखें मेरी हो.
Did you guys watch the trailer too, right? Just now. This movie is getting a bit of a push. Like it's like being made like a musical extravaganza. Although I've not heard any of the songs, like how musical extravaganza can it be if none of the song have really broken through. But it does make me. It's weird. Like Kartik Aaryan, I just don't get him, and I watch these bigger and bigger movies he's making, and I still don't get it. Like his dialogue delivery is so off. Like, but he has such a mass appeal. So I'm like, what am they connecting with that I'm not connecting with? Like he has like he's that delivery of like 100 taka, that kind of thing, and like Virgin Hu Main. Everything just seems horrible to me, and. The final line is like, the only thing I've come into this, I can't do anything in this world except love you. And that is a shitty position to take. Like, that is not what you should be doing. But I think he's appealing to an audience that is only able to do this, maybe. And I don't know. What do you guys feel about the trailer and Kartik Aaryan's stick?
So... basically, okay, I think you guys have addressed this before, where Kartik Aaryan, he seems to be filling in the role in Bollywood that 20 years ago was 20 to 25 years ago was probably what Akshay was trying to do. But again, Akshay had like a proper USP, which was very like, like action. And then when he got into his comedy era, that is peak Akshay for me. Like Akshay doing comedy, I love.
Yeah.
It was when he started, his opportunistic right-wing whatever is going on that really like killed it for me. And I feel like Kartik Aaryan is sort of fulfilling that role in sort of today's thing, because again, he is the antidote to the nepotistic debate, right? There's a reason why he has the mass appeal, is because people are like, okay, और कोई नहीं है, ये एक ही है who we can actually latch on to as an outsider.
He's one of us. I think that's
He's
his
one
appeal,
of
right?
us. That's his appeal.
Yeah.
But and honestly, I get it. It's not something that, like,
You get it, but it doesn't work on you.
Exactly. It doesn't work on me. I understand it,
It
and
doesn't really work even on the people who have that thought, because I've seen like posts where people are just like, I'm really rooting for him to succeed, but I really wish that he'd learn to act.
Yeah, because I think the last Kartik Aaryan film I saw was Shehzada, which again, which was
Flopped
a remake
really badly.
of which
Flopped.
was a remake of Ala Vaikuntapuramlo. Okay, and the thing is, Allu Arjun he's got that star charisma, that swagger, which Kartik Aaryan in that remake is trying to emulate. And even over here, I feel like I can see him. He's sort of like taken these people who he tries to mold himself into, so it never authentically feels like himself when I'm watching him. I always feel like he's referencing in real time. Like, if that makes sense.
What about you, Amrita?
I have zero interest in this film.
You have zero interest, and you have zero interest talking about this trailer.
I mean, like, is it supposed to be that I got the feeling like Kiara was like maybe like a survivor of like sexual assault or something, and then like, is that supposed
I was
to be
also
the story?
getting Tu Jhuti Main Makkar kind of vibes, like, oh, she has this secret she hasn't told anybody or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but Kiara is just weird to me, because like, I honestly, like, I think she's sort of like the female Kartik Aaryan, in that like I cannot see her act. Like, she's just like a blank piece of paper in everything that I've seen her in. But yeah, she's pretty.
Can I have a bit of a controversial, but opposite opinion to yours. I really like Kiara. Like, the thing is, but I also think I have not seen enough of Kiara. Like, I think I like her precisely because I have not seen her.
You like the concept of Kiara.
I like the concept of Kiara. I think she's, I think, because I've majorly, because not that I couldn't get through Sher Shah. It's just like I started watching Sher Shah and then I abandoned it for something, and then I just never went back to it. But I feel like I have a soft spot for her, just because I feel like she's also someone who has like grown in terms of her acting, but
I don't think so. I mean, I think you just see more of her. You've seen more. She hasn't grown. She hasn't changed. She's not dressed better or dance better. You just see more of her. So I think that's, like, she
probably,
like, I've seen enough of her now, and she's never left an impression on me. But yeah, she is everywhere. So I do respect the hustle of both of them, both Kiara and Karthik, and I think that's where they connect. Both are hustling, and I really respect that. But like with Kiara, yeah, she's pretty, but otherwise she's quite milquetoast, I feel. Like, I always think of Sujoy when she says, it's like the AI combined 4 different actresses, and that's Kiara Advani, and that's really what I feel. But with Karthik, is like, I just don't get it, because his dialogue delivery is horrible. He's can't dance. He's not good at action. He's okay looking. Like, it's not like he's ugly or anything, but he's okay. He's fine, right? Like Shahid Kapoor is prettier in a way, like, in my opinion. Shahid Kapoor I don't like either. But I don't understand this appeal, except if, yes, they're outsiders, they're one of us, and they're the next big Hindu hero, right? Like, if those are the appeals that people are kind of, latching onto, then that's it. But then you get a lot of these shit movies that they took terrible. I don't think I'm going to be watching this either, to be honest. Unless maybe it's on streaming and I have nothing else to do. But I didn't watch Shahzada either, and it was on streaming for free. So yeah. Another teaser that probably like an announcement. I won't even call it a teaser, and I think we can go quickly over these last two. Is Dhanush came back with Anand L. Rai. They announced their movie Tere Ishq Mein.
तेरे हाथ की मेहंदी मुझ पे चोट बन के उभर आती है तेरे माथे की बिंदी मेरी हाथों की लकीरें खा जाती है अपनी मांग के सिंदूर से क्या हर बार मेरी सांस
The teaser looks really cool though. Like it's like like that incel energy that Dhanush brings a lot of times. Well, I mean, like it's just this jump from Kartik Aaryan's incel energy to Dhanush's incel energy, but Dhanush works it. He's like such a good actor. Yeah, I get it.
No, because with Dhanush incel energy, like because Dhanush not only has incel energy, he has a variety of incel energies across different things, right? It's like you have the soft boy incel energy, you have the scary incel energy, and then Dhanush works all of them. Like you have, like I love Tiruchitrambalam, but that's also like incel energy. That's like lovable incel energy. It's like the incel energy that doesn't hit you in the face. It's like you sit and think about it, and 10 days later you're like, "Ha, वैसे incel तो है." Like
it's totally incel, like different shades of incel. It's like Baskin Robbins of incel. 37 flavor में मिलेगा. You can have it with sprinkles too.
Again, like you said, he's such a good actor that he's able to work that incel energy, so you feel like you're watching something new.
Yeah. You almost start agreeing for 5 minutes. Yeah, kill yourself. Yeah, burn the building down. कहाँ गई ये छोड़ के तुझे? धनुष समझती क्या है अपने आप को? You start believing it.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. So but also it's surprising to me that only Anand L. Rai, and I mean, yeah, okay, Balki, okay, whatever with Shamita, but really only Anand L. Rai is able to get Dhanush to act in Hindi cinema and has like the vision to actually create something we'd like to see.
Do we know if like other people are asking him? Because I don't think anyone else is asking
That's also true. That's also true. We don't know.
We had Shamitab.
Yeah, that's why. Ignore Shamitab.
We had the Grey Man. He was in the Grey Man.
The Russo brothers, right? Yeah.
What did you think, Amrita, of the announcement? Did you see the little teaser where he's burning the building down or whatever?
See, I love Dhanush, and I'd love to like see him. Like he's very enjoyable to me. He has like screen presence, which is what like people like Kartik Aaryan struggle with. But his Hindi stuff has been less than whelming for me. Like whether it's Ranjana is probably my favorite, and in that he just plays like like a loser. So I'm just like I don't know. Like I don't know.
He's like a tiny passionate man. like that vibe. He's like such a tiny angry man. It's funny to me. It's funny because I recently watched Bloody Daddy the other day on Z or something like that, and maybe it's just like being an older man now and like just the physicality of these tiny skinny angry men, and there is like fighting like little hamsters everywhere. I just find it something hilarious about it, like I just it's just funny to me, like last point, Bawal, which must be I'm just so shocked that so basically they announced that Bawal is going to premiere on Prime.
Yeah. Why?
That's my thing. Like, why? Like, what is so bad about this movie that they are dropping it on Prime? Like it's
directed by Nitesh Tiwari, who is a good director. It stars Varun and Janvi, which is a fresh pairing that I think like people would like to see. But I think it just might be because like Varun's having a terrible time at the box office, and they don't want to, they're sort of hedging their bets.
Yeah, but the thing is, okay, despite I don't know, maybe because I haven't actually seen the last. I really wanted to see Bhedia. I didn't get a chance to watch Bhedia when like
I liked it.
it had come out, but I've heard good things, and I know that it's a film that's in my wheelhouse that I'll enjoy. But in my head, I do think of Varun as a bankable star. I don't. I mean, bankable at least like for the mid-budget like films. Like I feel like you will get your money back, and yeah, like it's kind of I feel bad for Varun because the thing is, up until Kalank, he didn't have a single flop, and then once Kalank happened, like it was just
Flop, flop,
it was
flop,
like
flop,
that,
flop.
yeah, pushing the dominoes over really.
I think
But
what has gone wrong with Varun is really that he leaned in a little too hard on the 90s hero. And now he can't really break out of that whole like Salman Govinda vibe.
Also, that nobody's making those movies except his own dad, which
Yeah.
who's pretty much done right with making those
Yeah.
movies. So if nobody can make the movies, and that's the thing you're good at, I think it's like if somebody would make those movies, he would be great at them. I love Main Tera Hero.
yeah, but
No, what
see,
is-
even Main Tera Hero only. But even then, even with films like Badlapur and October and all, like I think he's an actual good actor. Like, like I genuinely think he has good screen presence, and
Sweet Haga, he slept on.
yeah,
I love that movie.
he's got something, he's got like something so mischievous but also like endearing about him. Like, yeah, sometimes it can be mistaken for like douchery in his face because he does also have like a little bit of a douche face sometimes, but I thoroughly enjoy watching Varun. Like I don't know, I feel very like Bichara Varun, like something should work out for him.
Yeah.
I really I want him to, because again, it's like I feel like okay with Kartik Aaryan when I see him, I don't really feel that star power. With Varun, I do little bit at least. Like
From the
again,
first time, like even Student of the Year, you knew who the
exactly.
star was, and it was Varun, right?
It was
Like,
Varun, like he's got it. So I don't know. I hope things turn around for Varun. I really do.
yeah, and also apparently this is the first Indian movie that's getting this is hilarious. Bawal will be the first Indian film to have its premiere at the Eiffel Tower.
What?
The premiere will take place at the exquisite Salle Gustave F. Eiffel, offering a panoramic view of the city of love as the backdrop. Have you guys been to the Eiffel Tower?
Yes.
Like, please, somebody take care of Jhanvi. Somebody will kidnap her there. Like, this is like Eiffel Tower is not a safe place to be. It's not an exclusive, prestigious situation of romance. It's like a scam central of Paris. Like, be careful. Like, keep an eye on Jhanvi. She's all tiny. She can get kidnapped, you know? Yeah, it's a really weird place too. But there's also an Eiffel Tower on the poster. So I guess maybe there's a connect there.
Yeah, they shot somewhere in Paris.
They shot in Paris. No?
Yeah. So it's dropping on the 27th of July, which again is a problem because Rocky and Rani are literally coming out the next day. So that's going to be a problem. Maybe that's a problem that they couldn't find a release date and they were sitting on this movie for a while.
But we've had this entire month. Like we've been talking about like how there's been nothing going on in June. You know?
They were scared of Adipurush maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Or Satya Prem Ki Katha.
Satya Prem Ki Katha. I have one question now for you guys. Okay, I don't know why I suddenly thought of it, but because of the tweets I was reading. So now Khushi is also debuting, right, with the Archies, and like Janvi is. I don't think Janvi has a big enough fan base now. I feel like her fan base will now get divided between her and her sister. I'm a little bit, because I feel like with the new age actresses, I feel like I'm seeing more of the same thing, really. I don't see anyone that's like really like, yeah, okay, I like these people. Like I said, like Kiara, like want good things for her, like Janvi. But yeah,
for me, Janvi is the best of the lot. Like from the new age kind of era. Like if you take Ailey out of the connection because I think she was early. I think Janvi is the best one. She's done quite a few varied roles now, you know, like, and she's also really, she has like a very clear OTT streaming strategy. which can be her win, like where she had Millie, she had that Gunjan Saxena. She's done a few of these movies that have worked well, although in the streaming era. And then on the other hand, you have Varun, that's also done a lot of streaming movies, right? Coolie Number One was a streaming movie. He's now Bawal. There's a few that came out. Yeah, even Kalank, I think.
October was theatrical release, no?
Was it?
Yeah. It had a short window because more people ended up watching it on streaming. But it hasn't worked out where his stock has dropped because of those. But I think Janhvi has actually done quite well.
Increased,
because, who are you comparing her with? Like Ananya Pandey, that kind of thing? Like, that's the new crop, right? And I think, honestly, she's the best out of it.
So, I don't know, something, it just, maybe because I've been watching also a lot of like 90s and 2000s films lately.
Yeah.
It just,
something is missing.
Something is missing. I'm not getting that feeling from these actresses anymore. It's just, I don't know. We'll see.
Anything else you want to add, Amrita? Bawal?
I don't care about it, but I'll watch it because I want to see Varun and Janhvi together.
Yeah. Cool. I think this is it for this episode. Amrita, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Twitter at AmritaIQ, and don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter at khandaan.substack.com.
Yamini?
I am at Papacharo on Twitter. Yeah.
I'm at Asim Bernie on Twitter. Drop us an email at youpodcasting@gmail.com. Become a Patreon from $1. Get access to a lot of exclusive things. Leave us a review on Apple Podcast. And thank you for listening.
Khandaan Podcast, founders at England.